What is up, guys? Friend01 and welcome to my live review, not live review, live reaction to Detective Conan chapter 995. You don't know. Alright, guys, so 5 chapters till we get to that big 1000th chapter. I am super excited, guys. Like, I'm really looking forward to that. So, let's get into this first page. I'm just going to grab a quick drink. Quite parched. That's some good stuff. So, we've got Masumi Seta and Conan on here. We've got Anguish, depressed, worried Conan. Ram's behavior is strange. Conan and Kogoro decide to follow Ram, and we obviously find out they're going to Kyoto. Looks like they're going for a girls' trip, and she wants to meet that guy that we saw, the kendo guy, that looks very similar to Shinichi. Let's just get going. Alright, and then obviously there was a murder. We've got to find it. Sarai-san, please hold on, Sarai-san. Sarai-san, stop touching him. Eh? Let me take a look. Oh, okay. A murder occurs in a cafe where 3 female high school students were having a friendly chat. So we got Seta and Conan. So Seta is the one who said, stop touching him. Let me take a look. Oh, okay. Conan's looking under the bench. Run, the police. Call the police. Yes. And ambulance as well. No need. No, we only need to call the police. Okay. Since he's got no pulse. No. Who could have done this? I don't know who did this, but they must possess supernatural strength. Okay. Since they killed him by wielding such a huge vase. And they've broken the padlock on the locker as well. Looks like they've taken something from there. Alright. So this is looking like a bit of a robbery. So we've got the police rocking up to the cafe. So we've got Inspector Maguire. So you're saying that you came into this room in search of the vase that ended up being used as the murder weapon and found Sarai-san. Yes. The manager asked me to go search for him. So we've got Naomura Izuzu, 27. She's one of the Rangers. Right? Yes. And the manager's name is Hasunuma Tamao. She's 40 and she's the manager. Right? One of these vases that we used to keep for decoration near the entrance was missing, so I asked her to go look for it. Okay. Go to the next. And when did the flower vase disappear? Not sure. I usually get here first and clean the cafe, but it was already gone at that time. I left for home last night after closing down the shop. And the vase was there then, right? Okay. You two are the only ones with the keys to the cafe, right? No, the keys used to open the cafe. Sarai-san had a copy too. And the kitchen staff has keys to the kitchen as well for when they need to restock. Kitchen? The door near the exit of the changing room. Since it's a bother to unlock all the doors every time we open the cafe, we leave this one unlocked. Okay. In that case, go and interview the kitchen staff. Ask them if they spotted anyone walking by the victim after the victim went into the changing room. Got it. Or you all were at the cafe. Did you see anything? Alright. So we've got Seta, we've got Inspector Maguire, we've got the lackey that's always with him. Well, this is an employee-only door, so we'd have noticed if anyone had come through. But we were all busy talking to each other, so we didn't pay much attention. Maybe you can try the detective who was keeping tabs on us. Did you see anything? No, I didn't. Alright. We didn't see anything, right? Alright, Bright! Eh? I asked, we didn't see anything. Yeah. I love it. So Conan's kind of thinking about something. Inspector Maguire, I've asked all the kitchen staff. Estimated time of death is about 1.5 to 2 hours ago, and no one came out of the kitchen at that time. I see. That being said, looking from the kitchen's entrance, there's a blind spot where the door to the change room would be. The staff admit that they don't know if someone entered the room making use of that blind spot. Alright. And it looks like the former chef of this cafe had visited the kitchen to offer some advice at one point. That's my younger brother. Alright, so I remember him. He had a massive problem with the guy who's been killed. Alright, so we're back outside. Yes, I did go into the kitchen once to give the cook some advice since my sister asked me to, but I had no idea this guy was even in the changing room. Alright. Anyway, the more important reason is that I had no reason to kill him, right? So this is Matsu Toshinori. He's the ex-chef and the younger brother of the manager. But you could have predicted that the victim would have come here, right? What? The room smells of cigarettes. There's an ashtray full of cigarette butts. They are all from the same brand. And the victim's mouth smelled of cigarettes as well. The victim was a heavy smoker, was he not? He must have known that if he just waited for a bit, he'd come to this room. Yeah. Okay, so Sada's thinking it's possibly him. I don't know. I'm leaning more towards the manager. Right. Sado-san was the only one among our staff who smoked, so I knew that he'd spend a lot of time here. The murder weapon is that vase, right? It might be hollow, but it's still pretty heavy. Nobody on my staff would be able to move it easily. She's right. It weighs as much as a 30-kilo rice bag. If it were filled with water, even I wouldn't be able to move it. Alright. So the question is, how did they manage to do this with the vase? But for a man as well built as you, it would be no problem, right? Of course not. It's like she said, look, I've got a luxation from playing grass, like baseball. In my present condition, I wouldn't even be able to hold a frying pan, much less a vase. Which means the only one left is, I'm a woman. What? Nothing at all. I love it. Morty's just an idiot. Like, Morty's just an idiot in general. But I love Morty. He's like the comic relief. By the way, the locker with the broken pallet, did it belong to the victim? Yeah, it was Sado-san's locker. Maybe it was the contents of the locker that the criminal had his eye on. Okay. Looks like someone rummaged through it. Any idea what could have been stolen? No clue. He's the only one who might have known. Why does this locker have a padlock anyway? He put it there when he started working here. I just feel he was a very cautious man. Alright. But it's been broken in such a bold manner. How would someone break it like that? Does this cafe have a toolbox? Yeah. It's inside the shelf. Alright. What's inside is pliers, a hammer, a screwdriver, and a wrench. You can't break open a padlock with these. Yes. It also got screws and nails. Drop. Hey, wait! Come on. So he's dropped the thing. Drop. That's. I think that looks like a pin. I just remember. There's this really important thing that Sado-san keeps in his locker. His tablet PC. He's always write stuff on it during his smoke breaks. Maybe that's what was stolen. Well, what would he write on? I asked him, but he never answered. It was that blog of his. That bastard. He had a food eatery review blog under the name Full Stomach Professor, and he used it to write nonsense about rival cafes. Okay. I know that blog. He had an interesting writing style. That's why he was so famous, right? Oh, really? So that's why he was so full of himself. My cafe is in dire straits because of that blog of his. I see. So everything's kind of leading up to maybe Sadai being the murderer. That's why you stopped Sonoko-kun from giving away the address of Cafe Pollo, which he said had tastier sandwiches. Yeah. Excuse me, but you two are siblings, yes? But your surnames are different. Are you married, man? No, I'm getting married next month. Well, my brother's soon-to-be father-in-law is very stubborn. I can't give away my daughter and the heiress of this cafe, is what he said. So I had to adopt her family name. I had no choice. Okay. Speaking of which, Izumu-chan's family cafe, which is affiliated with my cafe, it's not a victim of that man's blog, right? Yeah, it's staying afloat for now. We're making very little profit as it is, and are drowning in debt on top of that. Okay? Or perhaps you're only putting on a brave face and it actually sunk, which is why you killed him out of hatred. Then I would have complained just as Motsu-san did. Besides, I'm nothing but eye candy at my family's cafe. I had no idea that Sarai-san was keeping such a blog. Okay. To think you lived with this guy for a year. Hey, stop that. That's got nothing to do with this. Live together? You mean you used to share a place with the victim? Yes, well, that was 5 years ago. Perhaps he was trying to extort from me by threatening to show your fiancé some embarrassing pictures of you. He was blackmailing you, right? Huh? Well, he's already doing so many terrible stuff on his blog, I wouldn't put it past him. He wasn't short on money to do that. In fact, he was going to become the manager after I resigned due to my marriage. Okay. He mentioned that to me as well, that he'd become the next manager and that I didn't have to worry for money if I agreed to become his woman. Alright. Yeah, I remember that from the first, last week's chapter. Then, the criminal has to be a former chef. And how exactly could I have brought that vase here? I handed my keys in when I quit as the chef. Why, that's easy. If you had the keys then, you could have made a copy, right? I tell you, my wrist is dislocated. Okay. Maybe you're not injured at all. Just tied the bandage on your wrist in order to trick us. I had the luxation before the wrist was bandaged. Call the hospital and ask. They'll have a copy of the x-ray. I see. So that's how it is. Alright. Well, I still haven't figured it out. Problem is, with a trick like that, any one of those three could have done it. So who? Hey, Ran, doesn't he seem a little off to you? Huh? Look, there. The brat in glasses. He's not doing his usual or this is strange. He's not interrupting the investigation at all. I love it. So some guys notice he's just not doing it. Yeah, but looks like Conan-kun is thinking hard about the case in his own way. Though he is making scary faces too. I love it. What? You don't get it? Yeah? I don't get it. Not one bit. Oh, I love it. Conan's got the shits because he can't figure it out. I figured out the trick. Too bad I still don't know who the culprit is. Culprit? I figured that out the instant we came to the change room. The gist of the trick, that is. So when you say you don't get it, I meant Ran Nichen's trip, of course. I love it! He's already figured out the case, but he's trying to figure out why Ran's going away. Not a usual trip experience, but one that I'll understand when I grow up. What in the world could it be? That one. I love it! Worry Conan's interest lies not in the case, but in Ran's behavior. Next issue, the resolution. But whose deduction will it be? I love it! Oh, that's awesome! Oh, I love it. That was awesome, guys. Alright, guys. So anyway, that is the chapter. Let me know, what did you guys think of the chapter? Let me know in that comment section below. I will also link the review that I make for this chapter in the comments below. But anyway, guys, that is all for me. As always, smash that thumbs up if you enjoyed the chapter, or if you enjoyed the video, or even both. That would be great. That would be much appreciated. Of course, smack that subscribe button. It'll be greatly appreciated. And as always, guys, I'm Free01. You guys are awesome. And I'll catch you guys with another review. Peace. Run away.